Now let's get into some real talk. It's time for story time, everyone. Why don't we just dive right on in? Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So for this video, what I thought we would do is we would play some more of This Bed We Made. So where we last left off, we had just gone into one of the hotel rooms we weren't supposed to be in. And we found out that it looks like one of the guests is having an affair with another guest. It looks like it might be like a lesbian love affair. And both of them are married to men. And we're trying to unlock a chest right now that requires 2 keys to be turned at the same time. But we only have 1 copy of it. And the other key is with one of the guests as we speak. So we're trying to figure out what to do. So our friend Beth is helping us figure out what to do next. If you haven't seen any of the previous videos, obviously I recommend you watch those first. And trigger warnings, it will deal with homophobia, racism, things like that. It's from the 50s. It's set in the 50s. So if you know anything about the 50s, very backdated and outdated on their views of everything. So, but I'm curious to see what happens next, and I hope you are too. So why don't we dive right on in? All right, so we're to take the elevator down.
With the renovations, there has to be plaster somewhere on this floor.
Oh, I need plaster.
I should grab some before going down.
Okay, well. Place the cups.
Another day, another dirty I'm sure I'll find more laundry to add to the pile.
Laundry? Is there laundry? I'm just curious. Should I be gathering laundry at all? I haven't seen any. I think that's
Great. This takes care of half of this little scavenger hunt. As for the candles, doesn't Rebecca keep some in her locker downstairs?
That's right.
I can probably find the rest of what I need in the basement.
Break room's open. Let's get our keys, actually. Our actual keys.
Wendy, where are you going? What do you want? Are you here to apologize? Apologize? I'm not the one who should be apologizing.
You're such an idiot. I can't believe that I fell in love with you.
Wait!
What?
I want my mother's ring back.
There. I don't want it anyway.
Aww. So sad. Where the heck are my keys, though? To whoever keeps stealing my lunch, I don't want my Tupperwares back. Is that my key? Get me my key.
Gotta hold on to these tight.
Got my keys back, so I will return the other ones. Bobby, you realize this is the person with the lowest score who wins, right? This community gives a complaint about a member of our staff going through their belongings in their absence. This has to stop now. Anyone with information regarding the situation should come to my office as soon as possible. I want the person behind this swiftly identified and reprimanded. Should no one come forward within a week, punitive measures will be taken against all of you. Get rid of that note. have my keys, so we're good. I should probably return the other key.
It's freezing in there. As you asked you to leave, I told him fixing the windows should be his top priority. And
Oh, I'd very much like to speak to him, trust me, but I just can't find him. He's nowhere to be found. Gone. Disappeared.
Oh, I saved him from getting
I
fired.
don't know what on earth's going on today. Is it because of that goddamn snowstorm? Or was there something in...
Yvette, Susan, I'm looking
Candles,
for Rachel.
candles,
Rebecca, right?
candles. I think Rebecca keeps a stash of them, but where?
Let's look at kind of
Wait, is this you, Beth? What on earth led to this picture being taken? Is that a live alligator? I think I'd
Nice
die
picture.
on the spot.
Probably shouldn't
The
just leave
white
it.
cat. That's a bar not too far from here, isn't it?
Hmm.
Are you looking to buy land? I know you grew up on a farm. Maybe you're looking to get back to nature.
Good night, Chris. Rebecca.
So you do have a stash of candles. But where is it?
Rebecca, the kitchen is out of power again, and I can barely see a thing. Bernard wants us to continue working, but I'm not risking chopping off my fingers for that blowhard. Didn't you start hoarding candles since the last power outage? I remember saying you never wanted to be caught in the dark basement again. Where's your stash? It's urgent. Please, Bobby. Rebecca, the VIP guest in 602 is getting on my nerves. He keeps ordering food that's not on the menu. We don't usually do special orders, but Bernard was adamant that we make all of his wishes come true. Do I look like a goddamn genie? That's not even the worst of it, though. Every night, he barges in the kitchen as if he was at home asking for meat for his precious little terriers. Who feeds dogs $4? $4 roast beef. I can't even afford $4 roast beef for myself. Bobby. Back then, yeah, that would have been wrong. Where are the candles?
I'm good.
In the laundry room? Or wait, maybe Bobby has them? Aha.
No candles, but this looks like the laundry room. That must be the location of Rebecca's stash.
Alright, let's go to the laundry room. I think it was back here. In here? There we go.
Got a candle. Now, what next? Let's
Go
see
see
if
Beth.
Beth is around.
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, when I was little, we had padlocks on many of the farm's sheds. My dad would always lose the keys, so one day he made a mold of them using wax and plaster. I was thinking of doing the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Absolutely not. But hey, I guess we won't know until we try.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this. Okay, to start, we need to pour the wax from the pot.
Why am I... Oh.
Have you done this before? You're a real pro. Now, time to put the key into... Let's give it a few seconds, so the mold really takes form. Okay, I think you can remove it. Well, we're almost there. Just pour the cup of plaster into the mold. All right. Now we wait for it to dry.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
I don't know. I guess we'll keep poking it every now and then.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
Indeed. But I like it. It's rare that this job allows me to use my creative side.
Your creative side?
Well, granted, this key won't end up in any museum, but I enjoy the occasional artistic endeavor.
Like taming alligators, like drawing, like making collages. I don't know if she'll like that, but let's try it.
Like posing with alligators?
How do you know about that?
Oh, I think it must have slipped out of your locker because I saw this picture of you in a long white dress and...
Oh my, you did? What did you think of it?
I loved it. I'm not sure I understood it. I loved it.
I loved it, actually.
Smooth.
It was unique, I guess. Artistic?
Yeah. Those pictures were taken by a very close friend of mine a few years back. Ziva Rivers was her name. Earth-shattering talent, but a bit too controversial for most people's sensibilities.
Oh. Are you still friends?
No. We went our separate ways. It's a shame. She really captured me. My essence.
Your essence is to tame alligators?
My essence is to fear nothing.
Yeah, I can tell. I really admire that about you.
I'm sure under that sweet exterior, you're pretty fearless too. Haven't you ever done something really scary? I mean, other than snooping on a potential creep.
Does sailing count?
Excuse me? You sail? On a boat?
I used to, with my grandpa. But when he died, we had to sell the boat to pay off his debts.
Oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to go with you.
Maybe we can still find a way.
Maybe it'd be possible to borrow a boat for a day. I think one of Grandpa's friends still has his.
Really? That would be great. I just love trying new things.
I'll see what I can do.
Hey, look. I think it's dry.
I can't believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I should get back upstairs before Bernard notices my absence. If he hasn't already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and be careful while turning it, okay? You wouldn't want it to break inside the lock.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Thank you for everything.
No problem.
Okay. Team building exercise. You made the key double. Exactly. Gotta get rid of the evidence.
I've got 2 keys. Now, let's test them out.
Up we go. So apparently no one comes in and out of this hotel, and I have free reign of my floor. Here we go. Oh wait, no, not this room. The other room. 507. This is Beaumont's room.
Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break.
Hold and move it to turn the key.
Oh, shoot.
Shit. Fortunately,
There's a lot of stuff in here.
I've
I don't think I've
saved
looked at everything
before,
yet.
so I'll go back and make sure I don't break it.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
In Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy you a new one. I hope you like it, and since you enjoy them so much, here's a little puzzle to figure out the combination. 2 5-letter words are the key, both related to our history. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. So, okay. White? For the white cat, maybe? Her alliterative name will surely take you back. From the first one, take the first 2. From the last one, take the last 2. So W-H. Her alliterative name. Okay, I'll keep thinking of that one. I hope you get better. Try to rest today. I will bring you hot soup after class. Oh, this is when we were kids.
Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes.
The Postman Always Rains Twice is playing at Lowe's Theater tonight. It's based on a novel I read a while back. I'm sure you would love it, seeing as you like crime stories and murders so much. Nothing creepy about that. Will you come with me? I can barely listen to Sister Miller's lecture today. I can't wait for tonight. Interesting. Dear Anne, I have just heard Doris Day on the radio, and it made me think of you. I know how much you love Sentimental Journey, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Last time I was in Texas, it felt like coming home. Now, strangely, I feel away from home. I wish you were here with me. I always feel at home in your arms. I can hardly believe it has been 5 weeks since we last saw each other. Sometimes I wonder if I might be going crazy. You're always in my head. Everything reminds me of you. Not only songs on the radio, but silly things like the flowers in our gardens, that smell of our shampoo, or when people say the word darling, and I can hear you say it with your lovely French accent. Darling! My family seems to have noticed my odd behavior, but of course I cannot tell them about you, even though I wish I could. I feel like climbing on the roof of the tallest building in Austin and shout my feelings for you at the top of my lungs. God, I sound like a giddy teenager in love for the very first time. Maybe I am. Sometimes I'm scared that all this time with you was nothing but a dream too good to be true. I'm afraid that when I return to Montreal, I will realize you never existed. Or if you do exist, you don't remember me. I wish I had a picture of the two of us so I would know for sure it was real. I long for our embrace and the taste of your sweet lips. I love you, M. Okay. Selection mode.
Doris Day. That's an alliteration, isn't it? Doris. I-S.
Mm-hmm. Nothing else, right? It's the two of you. Dear Anne, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. Has it been 6 months already since I left Montreal? As you always say, le temps passe si vite. My parents are glad I'm done with my studies. They always thought it was a strange idea for me to go to university. Now they want me to find a husband and have children like any other woman. I think I will. These past few months, I had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you, but we cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We were lucky our story lasted as long as it did. I'm foolish to think it would last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more and more difficult every day. You will always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it's time for us to go our separate ways. You made me feel like a teenager. You made everything but the present disappear. Now I need to be an adult and think about the future. Sincerely, that's sad. Can I take this?
Damn it. It's stuck.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just going to reload and I'll get to this point again. Alright, here we are. I've got both keys back again. Okay. Let's go for
That
now.
riddle's a toughie. Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Okay, Doris. I wonder if that's for the other thing. There's the chest, the briefcase, and 509. So IS. Didn't I think it was W? There's no W. So, according to one of the letters in the chest, Anne bought Marcella something that needs a 4th letter. Okay. Unlike my favorite bard, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. Doris. Okay. Bet you it's Greta. GR. Because the white cat. Yes! My type of writer. You solved Anne's riddle and opened the case.
That novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
Oh, that author. Dear Marcella, or should I say Bridget, you know I prefer a good old crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title, and they were roommates. And I bought it on an impulse at a train station and read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine my surprise when I recognized our story? We may have changed the names and locations, but all of our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, our trip to Quebec City. You often said writers are thieves, but I never fully understood until now. It's been almost 10 years since I received your last letter, the letter that painted our relationship as nothing more than a summer fling. At first I could not believe you had written those words. Then I waited in vain for your answer and had to accept your love for me had never been real. For many years, I was broken-hearted, angry, confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, your book, am I foolish to think is proof you really loved me? In any case, I hope you are well, and I'm happy to see you accomplished your dream of becoming a writer. Très sincèrement, A. Dear
Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice.
Dear Marcella, I didn't expect you to reply to my letter, but I'm happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Louis was half the man you say Hector is. He has quite a temper and hits me frequently. I'm willing to put up with it as long as he doesn't hurt Michael, but there are some days when it becomes almost unbearable. The other day I dreamt of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice again, but suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner and I was John Garfield. We were both plotting to kill my husband. I hate to admit it, but I almost hope it was premonitory. To answer your question, I do still have our box. My brother is currently in Atlanta for work, and I was thinking of going to see him with Michael next month. If you're able to meet me there, we could open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all those years ago. I hope to hear from you soon, Très sincèrement. A. P.S. Do you remember that secret language we invented so Sister Miller couldn't understand the notes we passed during her class? In secret language, I still do.
I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed.
Dear Marcella, thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think it's your greatest work yet, but I do have a few comments to help make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain she will cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy, and they won't be as long as they remain together, as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it would be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and rode into the sunset with Eve. Imagine if they went to New York or Los Angeles, someplace where people like us are tolerated. Imagine if they got to have their happy ending. It would be the best story ever. I hope you will consider it. Très sincèrement, A. P.S. I know you say invisibility protects us, but don't you just wish to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like people to know you are Bridget Boswell, to recognize you on the street, to recognize you for your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary. But all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
Dear Marcella, I left the house. I left Louis. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't lie anymore. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life, to hide your work and your novels from your husband? I had so much less to hide, and yet Michael and I are staying at the Clarington Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come and see me in Montreal? I really need you by my side right now. Très sincèrement, A. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Louis to scour every hotel guest book in the region looking for me under his surname, so I've registered under the name Beaumont. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so I've already read these.
After all this, turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella? That's a lot sweeter than I expected.
Dear Marcella, although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I'm your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in a psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. So is The Spy. None of the treatments were working, and I wasn't getting any better. I became friends with one of the nurses, who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first ones, but then I picked up Bridget Boswell's first novel, your novel. I had never read such a beautiful love story. It almost brought tears to my eyes. I immediately urged the nurse to get me more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read them, the less panic attacks I had. The doctors thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. I had always felt for him. Oh, gay. The same way your characters feel for each other, but I had never dared telling him. Now I have, thanks to you. The thought of seeing him again is what motivated me to get better and leave the hospital. I hope to hear back from him soon. After my discharge, I want to thank you for everything you've done for me. I've discovered Brigitte was a pseudonym, so tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I am a very patient and resourceful man, and I never give up. Do you think we could meet? I have so much more to tell you, Paul.
I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to.
Dear Marcella, thank you for answering my letter. I realize how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor into giving me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I want to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him, and I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. I wish I could take a train to Virginia, but that's not an option right now, as I can barely pay the rent. I guess I will have to find a job. As a kid, I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I've tried getting some odd jobs already, but employers turn me down as soon as they learn that I've spent the last 10 years of my life. Where I've spent the last 10 years of my life. If it continues like this, I'll probably end up on the street like so many of my army buddies. Why am I even telling you all this? After reading your books and getting to know you, though, through them, I tend to forget I'm only a stranger to you. I hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener, and I've been feeling rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. Anyways, please Tell me more about your life, and do not hesitate to write long letters. I must have read your previous one 1,000 times already. Paul.
An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
Dear Marcella, I just received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me he's dead. Words cannot even begin to describe how empty I feel. He died 2 years ago before I even sent my first letter. I'll never know my feelings for him, and I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. I wish I had Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere. Even during the war, amidst the death and chaos, he would marvel at the forests of Germany, at the sun, the birds. He loved birds so much, he could identify them just by listening to their song. I have to admit, your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer, but now there's nothing keeping me here. I'm desperate for anything that will help me forget the pain, but I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you could give me an advance on my salary? In spite of everything, I'm really excited to know I'll finally meet you. Paul. Okay. Is that all of it? I guess.
So, let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
I wonder what's inside.
I wonder what's in it.
We could open it.
I mean, that's kinda illegal.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, too late. I've always known I would end up in prison one day.
So?
It's 3 train tickets.
Oh.
And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California.
They're
Well, it
running
makes
away.
sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So, Anna and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
He was a fan of Marcella. Marcella hired him. I'm not sure. Marcella hired
I
him.
think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What did she hire him for? To investigate her own affair?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
It's always been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
And who are you behind closed doors?
What about you? Who is Beth Lambert when no one's looking?
I like to think that with me, what you see is what you get.
I would
But
agree.
maybe an extra Snoopy super sleuth could uncover a few more layers. Maybe ones I didn't even know I had.
Challenge accepted.
Come see me when your shift ends, all right? We could leave together if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well, we could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
Cute.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
Okay.
No combination, no entry.
What's that sound?
That ringing. Sounds like the elevator doors are jammed.
What's on the carpet? Oh God. Oh crap. Oh shit. Oh,
Mr.
I think he's dead. Oh, it's Mr. Cruz, okay.
Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened?
I know I shouldn't touch anything, but I'm going to.
Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
Dear Mr. Cruz, thank you for reporting that guest's unacceptable behavior. We'll look into it as soon as possible. However, I regret to inform you that we cannot divulge a guest's personal information, regardless of our guest's behavior. As I'm sure you will understand, we are very concerned with our guest's privacy. Their staff prides itself on its discretion. Please contact us should that guest bother you again. Yours sincerely, Bernard.
Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy.
Oh, shit.
Why did he have this on him?
Oh shit.
I have to get the power back on.
God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
Might need this to restore power. It's too big. I guess I'll need something pointier.
Okay, where's the blood coming from? Oh dear. Oh, I wasn't able to go this way before.
Hello? Is anyone in? Hello? I need help. Hello? Is anyone in?
Oh shit.
A, B, and Beaumont.
Shoot.
Okay. This looks like something I can use to open the fuse box.
Can I inspect without stepping in the blood?
fuse box. Just get to the fuse box in the janitor's closet, Sophie. It's not far.
Oh gosh. Horrifying. Not leaving. Okay.
That worked, thank God. Now, Eugene, what I would give to have you with me right now. Your note will have to make do.
If there's a power outage and I'm busy preventing another part of this hotel from collapsing, here's what to do. Check fuse box plan for required amperage of each socket. Remove all blown fuses from socket. Tips: blown fuses are usually blackened. Screw in new fuses and sockets. Make sure amperage is correct. Flick big lever to restore power. Eugene. Okay. That's blown. And
How did this end up here? Not much use without the rest of the code.
Oh, these are the rooms.
Not much use without the rest of the code.
Interesting. Okay. So, G is a 30, so I need a 30 here. 15 is an A. And 20 is an S.
How does Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably need new fuses.
Oh, is it this one? There we go. You restore the power to the 5th floor. I will put codes.
Power's back. Now I should go down to the lobby. Call the police. Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor, I probably won't be able to come back.
Okay. So you know what? I'm going to just do a full sweep and go from there. Let's just see real quick. I've never been more grateful. I'll head down to the lobby, go straight. This nightmare's almost over. So let's just do like a full sweep. Let's start this way. Because I was in this room before. This does have a safe, but... Okay. Just double checking, because this is the room we started in. So there's nothing different. So he owes all this money. Okay. So this man owes a lot of money. So he could be... Why is the mirror? There's children. Here, like there's kid stuff, burnt, a fire. Acknowledgement of debt. Okay. Can't do anything more over there. Well, actually, let's go inspect. Okay. I don't want the lovers to be framed for this. I don't think they did it.
These look like Marcella's pearls. What happened here?
Oh, they definitely did it. Shoot. Blood.
Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace.
Great. Montreal's much bigger than I had expected. Big cities always make me feel lonely, and the feeling was only exacerbated with this morning by the fact that everyone around me was speaking a language I could not understand. I bought an English-French dictionary at the train station, but I don't think I'll need it after all. English speakers seem more common in the downtown area, thank God. The hotel's nice. When I arrived, the whole staff was busy getting ready for some big event. It wasn't until I saw Marcella enter the lobby with a flower bouquet that I realized today is Valentine's Day. Hector and her were gone in a flash, and I was left feeling more alone than ever, wishing Lindsay was here with me. Helping Marcella out these past weeks has been a great distraction, but it still hurts so much every time I think about him. I had hoped the pain would have gone by now. I'll probably need a double dose of Milton to sleep tonight.
So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us.
Oh. Today I wanted to follow Marcella and Hector out of the hotel, but the sidewalks were so packed with people that I started having a panic attack. I tried taking a cab, and that's when I realized I was all out of money. It's been a while since Marcella's last payment, and the hotel room was more expensive than I had anticipated. I couldn't resort to selling the camera, so I decided to pawn my victory medal instead. It was hard letting it go after so many years, and yet it also felt strangely liberating. Maybe it's a sign I shouldn't be holding on to the past so much. To fight boredom until Marcella and Hector's return, I started looking at the hotel staff. I heard Andrew and Beth at the reception desk discussing books and movies. They both seemed like nice people. I wish I had found the courage to join the conversation. When you look at people all day and they never look back, you start feeling invisible. I noticed that Sophie, the maid in charge of cleaning the 5th floor, seems to share my interest for other people's lives. Maybe I should try talking to her.
Paul was hiding out right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night?
Who's sneaking out of the room every night? The question has been driving me crazy since my first night at the hotel, so tonight I decided to investigate. I found a hiding spot near the ice machine, with a nice view of the whole corridor. My camera's at the ready, but there's been no movement for at least 3 hours, and I'm fighting not to fall asleep. No need for Milton tonight. I thought being a detective would be more exciting. Maybe Marcella's right. Maybe it's time I let go of Mr. Spade.
9:45? So Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504.
I awoke around 9:30 and realized I had fallen asleep sometime in the early morning. I was about to go back to my room when the guest from room 507 came to sit on one of the chairs close by. She's been there ever since, and I don't dare leave my hiding spot in front of her. Marcella joined the guest from 507 around 9:45. Apparently she told Hector she didn't love him anymore, and he's now convinced she's been cheating on him. That explains why he assaulted me out of the blue yesterday evening and accused me of having an affair with his wife. The guest from 507, I've learned her name is Anne, has just said she might have an idea on how to solve their problem. I'm thinking of revealing myself, but I don't want to anger Marcella. The longer I wait, the more awkward it will be when I do come out. Maybe I should. Interesting. Unless this note.
Oh, so Paul's work with Marcella was to follow her around like a private investigator, to help her with research for her novel.
Interesting. Dear Paul, I'm sorry to hear you're in such a dire situation. You seem to possess a lot of useful skills. It's a shame employers cannot see past your medical history. But don't despair. I have been writing novels for almost 8 years now. My publisher takes most of the sales revenue, but I was still able to collect a substantial sum of money over the years. I'd like to use that money to hire you. I'm getting tired of romance novels, and I'm thinking of branching out into crime fiction. As a sort of research, I would like you to follow me around town and take notes of my comings and goings. I'm aware this is a very unusual job, but considering you were able to track me down, I believe you would make a great private detective. In addition to your salary, I would cover all work-related expenses, and you would be, of course, the first to read the manuscript once it's finished. Sincerely, Anne.
Paul really got into his role.
Dear Paul, I hope spying on me isn't proving too exhausting. You've really inspired me so far, and I already have tons of ideas. The trench coats you bought were a nice touch. Look straight out of a film noir. I also noticed you started smoking. It's probably another way for you to get into character, but maybe that's pushing it a little too far? You know best, of course, but don't pick up drinking next. At this rate, I should be able to start writing in 2 or 3 weeks. Thanks again for your help.
He followed Marcella to Montreal even though she was done with her research.
Paul, why did you follow me to Montreal? As I already told you, I do not require your services anymore. I'm starting to worry you're taking your role a bit too seriously. You are not a real detective. You have to let go. Okay. All right. So they met there, so that might be why those things are there. Could also mean that they killed him. Oof. 505 again. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of everything that has to do with me. So I'm supposed to clean up this room anyways. I don't think it was Marcella and Anne personally. I don't want it to be, so I'm going with that. It's not them. So I'm gonna get rid of everything that's not related to me, since clearly he wasn't fully spying on me. Inspect. I don't think it was him either, honest. I don't think so. So I'm gonna get rid of things that incriminate him. It's the 50s, so they're gonna think, you know, he's a cuckoo bird. Which I don't think he really is. He took up smoking. Interesting. None of this. Gotta get rid of it all. I'm sorry. Oh, interesting. So I can get rid of everything. I think I will. Even if it's not intentional, I don't think he had any ill intentions behind it. Is to confirm the reception of your transfer request. Just get it safe. Binoculars, nope. Not anyways. Okay, people don't need to know how forgetful he was. You know the cops are gonna be all over this place, so. No gun. No stalking, no film. of it's going. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but I'm doing it. I just don't want this blamed on him like he's a loony. That's not fair. To him. But also, I'm not getting fired. I'm doing all my job and cleaning everything. Okay. He doesn't need to know about that book. That's fine. Okay. Alright, I think I'm done in here. Oof. I'm gonna go this way. 506 is done. There's nothing in here, right? No. 507. Nothing there. Can't open that safe, so. Okay. And I don't want any lesbian love affair stuff, so. I know I'm not supposed to clean in here, but you know what? It's just weird, super weird. Okay, what's this? Ah, the white cat. Interesting. That's fine. Don't wanna... Oh, interesting. Don't want to give off the impression of anything like that. Do you think you've got some balls to accuse me of all that? Of what I let you sign? No, I can't have her look bad. Because that's all we need is them to pin anything on these people. Where it's, I find it odd that there's that man with the teddy bears and stuff. I feel like that's something. I don't need the cruise. Business card there. Okay. They don't need to be known as a connection. We're gonna throw all of this away. I'm sorry I'm getting rid of all your personal effects, but there's a reason. Yeah, it's fine. What's this? The lawyer. Get rid of the lawyer stuff. What's in this? Nothing? It's fine. The school. They don't need to hear that. What's this again? Right. Get rid of. You were right. I missed the snow already. Oh, I missed this letter. It's so hot right now in Texas. It's quite a shock after the cool weather of Montreal. My family has never seen snow before, and I could not find the words to tell them how beautiful it is. They don't understand what they're missing. I wish I could build my brothers a snowman like the one we built together a few weeks ago. I know it's childish, but I had not had that much fun in years. Christmas was exhausting. 9 days of eating, singing, and dancing is great fun. I'm glad it's over so I can rest a little. Of course, celebrations will resume for next year, but it gives me a few days to relax. How are things going with you? Your family? I know you don't get along well, but I hope you are still able to have a good time. I leave for Montreal on the 8th. I cannot wait to be back. I miss finding black cat hairs all over my clothes. I miss our late night studying sessions at Harry's. I even miss Sister Miller's classes. If you can believe it, I will see you soon. Oh, interesting. Okay. This is the postcard, so no, we'll get rid of that. And I don't want anything where he looks like a bad mother. Where she looks like a bad mother. Okay. I think we're good here. Oh, wait. Oh, that's that. And what's this? Yeah. None of that. Get rid of the trash. What's back here? This letter has been sent to you and has been around the world 3 times. The one who breaks the chain will get bad luck. So it's just too funny. Old chain letters. Just making sure there's nothing else. You don't need to know my name, but you've seen me. Gone. Okay. I think we're good. Let's put some cuffs back. 508's done. So 509. Okay, so I can open the safe if I remember. That's fine. I did clean in here, right? Okay. So I do need to get into the safe. What were my clues though? Just wanna 5th floor, right? Safe code list. 509234 something. That's fine. Pick that up because I was supposed to be cleaning. Did I ever open this? Yes, you did. Who's SW? I need a few meetings with an SW. Dear son. Yeah, I'll keep that there. That's fine. That's fine. It's all fine. It's fine. I'm not making a phone call. Okay. Lipstick. They don't need to know that she's withdrawn her money. She's probably withdrawn it so that she can leave with him. With her. I keep saying him. I don't need to know that she's an author. Oh, what's this? Oh. For women. I read that in the ad. Okay. Don't need to know about the fraud. Dear Marcella, or yeah, that's gotta go. Relation with Paul's gotta go. Isn't there like a receipt or something somewhere that had like numbers on the back? Or did I get rid of it? I don't think I did. That's fine. Where were the numbers? There was a number thing. I could have sworn. Hold on, I'm just gonna check. Okay, apparently I would have found it in the laundry room, but I'm not about to do that. So it's 2, because I can't. 2, 4. 244216.
Damn it.
What? 234216. There we go. Ooh. You ruined my life, you effing moron. I lost my house, my family, everything, and now you refuse to pay the money you owe me. For years I gave you my hard-earned money. It was all for nothing. I hope you and all the American burn in hell. SW. Woman and 3 children killed in house fire. It's the burn. The Williams house, located on 32nd Street, is a total loss. 4 members of the family died in a residential fire last night. According to police and firefighters, flames were seen coming from the 2-story house by a neighbor at around 3 a.m. It took firefighters about 1 hour to extinguish the blaze. The bodies of a woman and 3 children were found at the house. Police identified the victims as Meredith Williams and her children, Thomas, David, and Sarah. Sarah Williams, the husband, managed to escape the house unharmed. Interesting.
The bodies of a woman and 3 children. 3 children? Huh.
Mm-hmm. 504. You opened the safe and made some interesting. Okay, whatever. Okay. So, police are gonna show up. They're gonna find that. So we're good with everything else. Then we're going to. I got a cup to put away. Then we're going to open 504. Yep. It's totally him. Okay. Last thing we need to do is go over here. Get rid of the pearl necklace. Get rid of this. Get rid of the camera. It's too late. I've stepped in it. I've stepped in the blood. I'm sorry. I already did. Yeah, shoot. And I think we're good. Let me just double check. I couldn't resist circling back to room 509 one final time. Call it a gut feeling or something. I managed to open the safe and found a gun, a newspaper clipping, an aggressive note accusing Hector and the insurance company he worked for of ruining the sender's life. It's signed SW. That's when it hit me. The guest in room 504 is a man staying alone with 3 singed teddy bears. Does that mean what I think it means? Is SW here at the Carlington? And if so, is he the one responsible for Hector's fate? Alright.
I have to contact the police. I should be able to call from the front desk.
Well, let's get rid of the benefic thing, and that's... What's this? Get rid of it all. Alright. Let's save. Time to go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I forgot the stairs are barricaded. She has to take the elevator. I restored the power on the 5th floor, but the rest of the hotel is still in the dark. At least I was able to make it to the lobby. I had to move Hector to get inside the elevator. Just want to forget that part, but it happened. Made me think of Mom. How many times did she have to move someone after they succumbed to a fatal wound? Did she ever get used to it? Oh, Mom, I wish you were here right now. I have to call the police and let them know about Hector. The phone by reception should
Phone. I need a phone. Beth? Where is everyone?
That is true. Where is everyone?
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby, but the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you.
Before anything, let's just make sure there's nothing here. Oh, what's this?
Why does the VIP want to meet with Paul? Maybe he fell for his role playing and wants to hire him as a private investigator.
Discard previous to all receptionists ask. Discard previous instruction. Our prestigious guest has expressed the desire to meet with the guest from room 505. I cannot fathom what such an illustrious man wants from such a freak, but if you see him, please direct him towards my office. Thank you.
Bernard really wants Paul out of the hotel.
I have heard some reports of the guest from 505 and his strange behavior, following people around, spying on guests, etc. As you are all aware, we have a prestigious guest in 602, and I would hate for his stay at our distinguished establishment to be tarnished because of some other undesirable guests. Inform the guest in 505 that he must vacate his room as soon as possible. Invent an excuse if you have to. Also note that from now on, our if you pay you can stay policy is no longer applies. Guests who do not fit the hotel's new elevator standards should be denied a room. Interesting.
Is this the brochure Beth was talking about? The one that came in the mail for Anne?
I can't know about that.
So Anne and Marcella really are planning to run off together. Was what happened to Hector part of their plan?
I'm gonna get... Yeah, because it'll look like she's running away. Sorry, Marcella. Okay. I think I'm good.
Oh, hey you. Great timing, right? I'm thinking if we're lucky, Bernard will let us go home. No point in working in the dark. Sophie? Bean, you're not scared of the dark, are you? Hey, is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector.
Oh, you did? What was the bloke up to?
You don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Beth.
Oh, merde. Merde. Sit down, okay? You look like you're about to faint. Have you called the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was there an accident?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Merde. Do you think it could have been Anne and Marcella?
No.
What about Paul? He and Hector were caught fighting. I also found a letter from one of Hector's customers. He seemed really angry. I guess it could be him as well.
The cops will want to talk to you. Know what you've seen. You need to be careful about what you tell them. If word of Anne and Marcella's affair gets out, they may put a label on them that will really hurt them. It might not even matter in the end if they did it or not.
I understand.
I think I know what you mean. It's easier to put the blame on people who are different from you, even if you're wrong.
I'm glad you can see that. It makes the world a little safer to have people like you in it. You know, I was barely 20 when I was shoved into a police car for just hanging out with people who made me feel like I wasn't so messed up after all.
What? Where did that happen?
At a bar called the White Cat. It's supposed to be a safe space, but it gets raided by cops every now and then. I know Anne was caught at least once too.
Wait, you know her?
No, I've never talked to her, but I've seen her a few times. Marcella and her, they're just like me.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with this.
Maybe now you can understand why I care so much about you. I don't know if I'm feeling inspired by Anne and Marcella, or if it's the shock of being so close to an actual murder, but, I'd really like for us to be more than just friends, Sophie.
Me too.
Yeah. I'd like that too.
That's... That's great. The police is here. Just be mindful of what you tell them, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Miss Roy? Miss
We're
Roy?
back.
Miss Roy!
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, and that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
I'm not sure. Malfunction probably. Mr. Cruz's body was blocking the doors. His body was blocking the doors.
Well, Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Like evidence
Really?
that you've touched
When
it.
we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So, what did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
I used an ice pick.
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
Yes, I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
I might have touched a few things. Yeah, you were touching some things.
I might have touched a few things. Just to figure out what had happened to Mr. Cruz.
Of course you did. Why so many witnesses can't help but compromise the evidence is just beyond me.
You have to be safe.
Anyway, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
I've been snooping around. It was just an assumption. Mr. Cruz received some death threats. Mr. Cruz received some death threats.
I know about Mr. Cruz's angry customer. The one who sent him death threats.
Oh, yes, we found those. But the customer in question lives back in Texas, so there's no way he could have killed Mr. Cruz.
Actually, I think he may be staying at the hotel.
Have you encountered him?
No. In room 504, there's a guest who seems to be traveling alone. Yet, he has these 3 teddy bears in his room. Mr. Cruz's customer lost his 3 children in a fire, and these bears are slightly burnt. So...
An interesting deduction. I'll look into that. But how do you even know about the death threats?
Mr. Cruz told me.
Mr. Cruz told me the other day.
Really? Was he in the habit of talking about his personal life with hotel maids?
I really can't say what his habits were, but he seemed to like me.
Then maybe you'll be able to answer 1 or 2 of my questions.
I'll do my best.
Let's start with the victim's wife, Marcela Cruz. Apparently she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
Marcella's having an affair with another woman. I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything.
I don't really know anything. She just looks like a loving, caring wife.
You wouldn't be trying to protect her, would you, Miss Roy? Because now's not the time for misplaced female solidarity.
No, I'm not.
Let's try something else then. We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
Paul spent some time in a psychiatric. I don't know anything about him.
I don't know much. Only that he seems nice.
Does he? It's very odd. Both Mr. Spade and Mrs. Cruz are prime suspects in this case, and yet we have very little evidence on either of them. It's almost as if someone has cleaned up after them. I really hope I'm wrong, though, because if I'm right, that would be obstruction of justice, and the people, or person, responsible could face very serious consequences. But hey, I guess we'll know soon enough.
Oh shit. She's going to jail, isn't she?
Bernard sounded really dejected on the phone. The atmosphere is so different in here. Will it ever feel like it? It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens. Let's go see what Bernard wants.
Ugh, go to hell.
Beth,
Hey,
are you okay?
I'm out of a job. But other than that, yeah, everything's just peachy.
What? No,
I hope you're luckier than I am. Come join me when he's done with you, all right? I'll be questioning my life choices on the mezzanine.
Yeah, okay.
come in. So, I suppose you know why you're here?
Is it about the murder?
I would guess it has something to do with the murder.
Well, as you may be aware, the hotel's reputation has taken a solid hit. We've been mocked and ridiculed by the papers. It's truly humiliating. And that's not even the worst of it. With a story like this, guests may not flood through our doors again for a very long time. If ever, I may have no choice but to sell the hotel. Just years of arduous work gone down the drain. Anyway, it's clear now that we're going to have to tighten our belts for at least a couple of months, which means cutting off dead weight.
I suppose I'm the dead weight.
Yes. I mean, not you specifically, but some of your colleagues certainly are. From what I've heard, you've been quite the exemplary maid lately.
Interesting.
Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. We'll see for the future, but for now, you'll be allowed to continue working here.
Thank you.
I'm not done. The police have finished their investigation and left a mess on the 5th floor. I want you to clean it up.
You want me to go back there?
Yes, why not?
I found a dead body on that floor. I'm not going back.
I'll make this simple for you. If you don't do it, you're fired.
Ugh. Can't fire me because I quit. She needs the money, though. Fine.
Okay. I'll take care of it.
Good. Well, what are you waiting for? Get to work.
Oh, now?
Yes, now. That'll be all.
Oh.
Hey,
Hey.
what a week.
Yeah. So, what did Bernard want with you?
He wants me to clean the mess on the 5th floor.
What? Unbelievable. Oh, he's such a jerk.
Yeah. I wish I would have stood up to him, but I really need this job.
I know you do.
Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Oh, well, he's been itching to get rid of me ever since he took over from Raymond. Now that he's hell-bent on cutting expenses, it was obvious I would be one of the first to go.
What's next
So,
for you?
what's next for you?
I think I'm done working under Bernard's or Linda's. Maybe it's time I become my own Bernard. Minus the fascism, of course. I could see myself owning my own establishment, one that caters to the right kind of crowd. Believe it or not, I do enjoy the company of people, just not, the stuck-up, entitled clientele of this prestigious hotel. But maybe if I were behind the counter of, say, a bar, instead of a reception desk. I don't know. Is that silly?
No, it's not. In fact, you'd be perfect for it. You're the most charming person I know.
Thank you. I'm really glad you're in my life.
Me too.
Can I kiss you?
Can I?
Kiss me?
Yes.
I thought you'd never ask.
Aw, cute.
That was...
I know.
Kiss, kiss, kiss. You and your anklet kissed. I don't want to lie like Anne or Marcella What do you think will happen? I don't want to lie.
I've been thinking about Anne and Marcella a lot.
Should I be jealous?
No, not in that way. I've been thinking about what they went through, how they had to lie and pretend, day after day, how they had to live someone else's life for 10 years before they could finally be with each other. I don't think I could do that.
Well, I have good news for you, Bean. Times are changing. It's already started elsewhere, and it will get here eventually. One day, all the Annes and Marcellas of the world will live happily together, and no one will give a damn.
I really hope that's true.
It will be. What's he doing here again?
Uh-oh.
Let's not make a scene, all right?
A scene? What the hell's going on?
Beth, it's okay.
I warned you where obstruction of justice would get you, Miss Roy. So here we are. You're under arrest.
What? This is bullshit. You can't do this. Sophie, we'll get you a lawyer. It'll be okay. God.
Shit. The real culprit, thanks to your actions, the real culprit ended up in prison. Disgruntled client charged in Clarington Hotel murder case. Aww. Paul avoided prison and became an actor. Oh, and he's visiting Lindsay. Thanks to your actions, Anne and Marcella avoided prison. Oh, I'm happy for them. With no deviants to blame for his failure, Bernard gave the hotel back to Raymond. All are welcome. Oh, good. You tampered with evidence, got caught, and ended up in prison. Well, all's well that ends well. Aw, Beth came for us after we got out. Very well done. Very well done. And there you have it. That was just this bed we made. Whew, geez. Oh boy. Okay. So, a lot to unpack here. So, we went to prison, but Paul and Marcella, they're all good. The hotel's back with Raymond, not with that terrible Bernard. So that's good. I'm happy about that. So I did a bit of looking into this game, and it's kind of left ambivalent whether or not he really was the killer of Hector Cruz. Basically, they want it to be left where it's, okay, was it Anne and Marcella? Was it Paul? Was it that man with the insurance issue? So they kind of wanted to leave it up in the air and let you decide in the end. But basically, there's multiple different endings. So there's obviously the Paul goes to jail, or Paul does not. So we got that Paul does not. And Marcella go to jail, or they don't. They didn't. We have the option of going to prison ourselves, or working at the hotel, or quitting and having no money. Then there's added parts, which we didn't see, which were, oh, and we saw, yeah, Raymond and not Bernard, yeah. Then there's added parts where we see Beth owns her own bar and stuff like that, and we're there with her. Or there's another scene where Wendy, that maid, I'm assuming, is in charge now and they fire Linda. Or there's the opposite where Linda fires Wendy. But those parts we didn't really get into that much, so that didn't really affect our storyline. But I'm a bit disappointed. Obviously, I went to jail in the end, but hey, I guess cleaning everything up will get you get you imprisoned because you tampered with too much evidence. But overall, you know what? I enjoyed myself. I think it was a fun game. I think there's a lot of replayability, so you can try out different outcomes and things like that. So I think it was a lot of fun. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are and what decisions you would have made and who you truly think was the real murderer in the end, what outcome you were hoping for. And of course, there's a whole other storyline where you choose Andrew instead of Beth, and Andrew's the Beth in the whole storyline. So a really good game. I really enjoyed that it was taking place in Montreal because obviously it's super close to home. So I enjoyed that part of it as well. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts on the game down below. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to give this video a like, comment down below, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.